The quote that I wanted to cover today, it's actually not a hadith that can be attributed to the Prophet ﷺ. It's a narration that is mawquf, that stops at Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu, or Sufyan ibn Uyayna rahimahullah in one narration. And it's found in Kitab al-Zuhd or Ibn Abi Dunya. It's a beautiful narration about a conversation between the angel of death and the Prophet Nuh alayhi salam. And one of the things about the conversations or some of these narrations is that they tend to be narrations to grant us lessons, to help us reflect. And so as long as they're not outright fabrications, inshallah ta'ala, it's good for us to benefit from them. And so this is a narration that you find in the tafsirs when you have debates about the life of Nuh alayhi salam, how long he lived. And we know that Nuh alayhi salam was the prophet who lived the longest life. His da'wah alone, the call of Noah, was 950 years. That doesn't include how many years he lived before he started his da'wah, and it does not include how many years he lived after the flood. And so you'll find some of the narrations, mentioning his lifespan, Ibn Abbas or Qatada, over 2,000 years, or around 2,000 years that he lived on this earth, alayhi salam. So you can imagine a person who lived for 2,000 years. A person, one human being who lived that entire lifespan on earth. And this was certainly one of the miracles of Allah upon Nuh alayhi salam. And so when he's passing away, how many people has Nuh alayhi salam seen pass away? How much has unfolded before his eyes? How many generations of people have come and gone before the eyes of Nuh alayhi salam? And if you could imagine, that's a really, really, really long time. We see people that live over 100 years and we say, subhanAllah, how long their lives were. Imagine a prophet who lived for 2,000 years. A man who lived for 2,000 years and who saw the world unfold in front of his eyes for 2,000 years. And the angel of death asks Nuh alayhi salam, Ya atwal al-nabiyyin umra, kayfa wajadta dunya wa ladhataha. O prophet who lived the longest of all of the prophets, how did you find this world and all of its pleasures? Share a reflection on how you saw the world and all of its pleasures over the course of your 2,000 something years. This is the angel of death who has taken the souls of everyone else, but this is the prophet that lived the longest. How would you describe, as you're about to leave this world, what your life has been like, or how you experienced its pleasures? And he said that I found it kabaytin laha baban. I found it to be like a home that has two doors. I entered into the home and I stood in the middle of it for a brief moment. So I entered into this house. It has two doors, a small house with two doors. I entered into this house from one door. I stood in the middle for a brief moment, and then I simply went out from the other door. SubhanAllah, it's a very profound way to reflect on life. That for 2,000 years, this is how I would summarize my life. It's like a small home. I entered into it from one door. I